The problem isn't discipline. The problem is that you keep reopening decisions you already made. Every morning, every week, every time the resistance arrives, you negotiate. And the version of you doing the negotiating is your weakest self. You're asking the wrong man to make the decision. Here's why it keeps failing. The version of you doing the negotiating is the version that doesn't want to do the work. You're asking your weakest self to make the decision, and your weakest self will lose every time. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this in Meditations. He called it the resistance that arrives before the work. His solution wasn't to find more motivation. It was to eliminate the decision entirely. Here's what that looks like in practice. Motivation asks, do I feel like doing this? Discipline asks, is this on my list? A non-negotiable minimum asks nothing. It just happens. The research backs this. Roy Baumeister's work on ego depletion shows that willpower is a finite resource. Every decision you make depletes it, including the decision of whether to start. The man who negotiates with himself every morning arrives at his work already depleted. The man who eliminated the negotiation arrives full. Here's the difference between a goal and a standard. A goal is a wish with a deadline. A standard is a decision that already happened. One requires motivation every morning. The other requires nothing, because it was never up for discussion. Most men fail not because they lack discipline. They fail because they keep reopening a decision that was already made. Every time you renegotiate your standard, you pay a tax. Not just the lost action, the lost identity. The man who breaks his standard and renegotiates it isn't the same man who set it. He's a slightly smaller version, and every renegotiation makes him smaller still. The protocol is simple. Decide once. In a moment of clarity, when you're not tired, not stressed, not negotiating, decide what the non-negotiable minimum is. Write it down. Then remove it from the decision category entirely. It's not something you decide to do each morning. It's something that happens, like breathing. When the resistance arrives, and it will, don't engage it. Don't argue with it. Don't motivate your way past it. Act before it finishes its sentence. Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. The resistance is the signal to move, not the reason to wait. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a negotiation problem. Stop negotiating with yourself. Decide once. Execute daily. Hold the standard. The man who stops negotiating with himself becomes someone nobody else can negotiate with either. That's the system. That's tactical calm. Subscribe, more protocols are coming. Command the chaos.